It's been a couple of years since Apple's colorful all-in-one desktops have graced our living rooms and workspaces. Now, while I love that there are new iMacs out in the world, after spending some time with the new M3 powered refresh, I can't help but feel a little bit of deja vu.
Oh, deja vu.
We did get our first look at the M3 powered iMacs during Apple's Scary Fast event in October. At the time, it was kind of strange that Apple only spent a couple of minutes towards the end of the presentation to talk about its new all-in-ones. However, after spending some time with the new iMac, I can sort of see why. If you're upgrading from the previous generation iMac that was on an M1 chip, you'll notice about a 50% performance gain. However, you should remember that Apple skipped the entire M2 generation for the iMac, so it being a lot more powerful than it was 2 years ago isn't really a big deal. It's also a letdown that there are no models of the iMac that feature an M3 Pro or M3 Max chip like on the MacBook Pro. If you're hoping for something to handle some heavy workloads or serious gaming, this isn't it. That said, I actually really enjoyed using the iMac as my work computer. The 4.5 Retina display is absolutely lovely, and I generally like the way the purple all-in-one looks on my desk. I can easily see someone using this for school, work, or the family computer that's, stashed away in the den. Apple has made a pretty big deal about gaming on the M3 chip, and while you can play games on an iMac, which is kind of cool, it's not the graphical powerhouse you're being led to believe. Games like Baldur's Gate 3 and Lies of P run decent enough on roughly medium settings with no issues, though you'll have to tool around with some of the more advanced graphical settings to really maximize your performance. If you're looking to play more graphically intensive games on high or ultra settings, you'll notice some pretty significant frame rate dips. At the end of the day, as good as the M3 chip is, you won't be hitting the same frame rate numbers you would using a PC that's on AMD or NVIDIA's latest GPU. Again, it's cool that you can game on an iMac, you just have to temper your expectations. Now, if you do plan on using this for gaming, consider getting the iMac with the higher memory and storage options, since the one I've been using is the 1699 model with 8 GB of memory and 512 GB of storage. Gaming on Mac has never really been a thing, but I love that Apple's trying for the M3 generation. The new M3 iMac feels like a half-step update than it does a full-on refresh. But if you're looking for a gorgeous all-in-one for day-to-day work or some light gaming, the new iMac isn't bad. However, if you need something that's a little bit more of a workhorse for editing or creative work, I'd wait and keep my fingers crossed that Apple releases an iMac with an M3 Pro or Max chip. Hopefully, we don't have to wait 2 years for one.